Wait.
All right, folks, we've got the vinyl roughed out. This room is about 10 by 10 if it were square. We have some cutouts here, and you can't buy a 10 by 10 remnant of vinyl floor. So this was 9 by 12. This was the closest we were going to do for the price. So what I've got to do is I've got to trim it as close to the floorboards as I can so that it's one solid piece. Now the other problem that I already ran into, slight problem here, is that this room is not square. It's a bit of a trapezoid. I wanted to start in this corner as my square corner and then just roll it from there. But when I did that, I either had an inch gap there or an inch gap there. So what I had to do is pull it back a bit more and overlap this corner a bit so that these two edges would be tight as well. You can see there's a little bit of a bulge there and a bulge back here, but those can be trimmed out. You won't notice that it's been trimmed. What I also have to do is, because I'd like to get some of this into the closet, and because I don't want to piece it in, and it doesn't have to cover the whole closet, just so that the entrance into the closet looks like one piece. What I've got to do is cut it along this edge, notch around the door frame, and then fold the flap into there. That'll be my first cut. And then I want to come over to this side, because then the rest of that then will lay flat. So that basically this part of the room will all be done. All I have to do is, I'm going to have about 2.5 feet extra here because, like I said, the room isn't quite 10 and the length here is 12. So I'm going to have a fairly good sized piece. I'll have to get into the corner, cut it as tight to the floorboards as I can, and then just work my way across. And again, do the same thing when I get to this wall, coming along tight, notching around this so I can actually have it spill out a little bit out onto the hall. That's not a problem because eventually we'll have carpeting or some other flooring in the hall, and then we'll just put that over top and maybe have a molding strip there. This vinyl flooring, the simplest way to cut it is just with your basic utility knife. You could use a scissors if I didn't need to be as tight to the wall, but it's easier for me to tuck it in tight and then get the tip of the blade right along the edge so that there's no gap. So that's the next part of this phase, is to kind of piece it in place. When it's all there and most of the scrap is gone, then I'll go around one last time and trim off any small bulges anywhere. The goal is to work from too big to just right. If you take too much off at the beginning, then you can't put it back on. That's the problem. So you got to be conservative on the front end and then just work your way to fine-tuning where it's supposed to be, and then it'll all lay perfectly flat and it should look good. Okay, we'll get back to you after it's down. Thank you for watching.